Long ago, in the fertile kingdom of Noorabad, where the call to prayer echoed through the valleys and the crescent moon shone bright over domes and minarets, there lived a poor farmer named Yusuf. Yusuf owned a small plot of land on the outskirts of the village. He worked under the burning sun, plowing with his bare hands when his oxen were too weak. His wife Amina patiently stood by him, and the little son Ibrahim often ran barefoot through the dusty fields, laughing despite their hunger. But Yusuf's life was a struggle. Year after year, his harvest failed. If the rain came, floods drowned the seedlings. If the sun scorched, his crops withered into dust. Whatever he earned barely bought bread. Across the village lived Karim, a wealthy landowner. His granaries overflowed with rice and wheat, his cattle were fat, and his orchards heavy with fruit. When Yusuf passed by Karim's estate, he could not help but feel bitterness. One evening, after another failed harvest, Yusuf sat outside his mud hut. Staring at the empty field, he muttered, "Why does Allah favor Karim with abundance while I, who toil day and night, and remain empty-handed? Have I been cursed?" Amina placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "Do not lose hope, Yusuf. Perhaps the Sultan will reduce taxes this season. We must keep working honestly. Risk our sustenance is written by Allah." But Yusuf clenched his fist. "Honesty has given us nothing but hunger. Maybe it is time I do what others do. Take by cunning what I cannot get by toil." One moonless night, Yusuf wandered near Karim's massive granary. Its heavy wooden doors were closed, but a small crack revealed the golden grains inside, piles upon piles, enough to feed the entire village for years. A whisper rose in Yusuf's mind, "Take a little. Who will notice? Karim is already rich. One sack will not make him poor. But it can save your son from hunger." At first, Yusuf hesitated. His heart pounded in chest. But then he remembered Ibrahim's thin face, his innocent eyes asking for bread. Slowly, he pushed open the door, filled the sack with rice, and carried it home. When Amina saw the bag, her face turned pale. "Yusuf, this is not ours. You stole." He looked away. Better a thief than a father who cannot feed his child. That night, for the first time in weeks, the family ate to their fill. Yusuf slept with a full stomach, but unease stirred inside his chest. From that night onward, strange things began to happen. Each time Yusuf sowed seeds in his own field, black clouds gathered and heavy rain washed them away. When he bought a new goat, it fell ill within days. Even the well outside his hut dried up, though every other well in Noorabad overflowed with water. It seemed as though an unseen hand twisted every blessing into loss. One night, as Yusuf tossed restlessly on his mat, he noticed a dark presence in the corner of room, a tall shadow with glowing, ember-like eyes. The voice was neither loud nor soft, but it struck deep into his bones. "Do you know me, Yusuf? I am Karma, the echo of your actions. You think you stole only a sack of rice, but in truth, you planted seeds of dishonesty, and I am here to ensure they grow." Terrified, Yusuf stammered, "I did it for my family. Hunger forced me. Why must you punish me?" The shadow replied, "I do not punish. I only reflect. Every action is a seed. Every seed bears fruit. What you plant today, you will harvest tomorrow." Then it vanished, leaving the hut colder than before. The next morning, Karim discovered that grain was missing from his store. He stormed to the palace and demanded justice. Yusuf was dragged before Sultan Jalal, the ruler of Noorabad, a man known for both his fairness and wisdom. Kneeling before the Sultan, Yusuf confessed, tears streaming down his face, "Yes, I stole, my lord. Hunger blinded me, forgive me, the court gasped, but Sultan Jalal, instead of rage, showed calm. He leaned forward. So, Yusuf, stealing is a sin, but I see remorse in your eyes. Tell me, do you wish to remain a thief all your life, or do you wish to change your destiny? Yusuf broke down. I only wish to live with dignity, to feed my son, to work my own hands. But fate is against me. The Sultan spoke gently. Fate is not a curse upon your head. Fate is the shadow of your past deeds. But shadows disappear when we walk toward the light. If you are sincere, I will give you another chance. The Sultan ordered 2 fertile acres of land, seeds, and tools to be given to Yusuf. But he warned, this gift will test you. If you use it with greed, it will slip away. If you use it with honesty and generosity, it will multiply. Grateful, Yusuf returned home. Amina said softly, this is a mercy from Allah. Let us not waste it. With renewed hope, Yusuf plowed the land and sowed the Sultan's seed. Day after day, he worked under the sun. His hands blistered, his clothes soaked with sweat. When harvest season came, golden fields swayed in the breeze. For the first time in years, Yusuf's land was heavy with abundance. Merchants came, offering silver coins. Neighbors begged for a handful of grain. For a moment, Yusuf remembered his hunger, his humiliation before Karim, his shame in the Sultan's court. If I give now, he thought, what if famine comes again? Better to keep everything safe. So he built a small granary beside his hut, storing every sack, ignoring the pleas of the poor. That night, the shadow returned. His voice was sharp. Yusuf, you still carry greed in your heart. Remember, karma never forgets. Share, and life will bless you. Hoard, and you shall lose all. But Yusuf turned his face away. This time I will not be poor. I will not lose again. Within weeks, disaster struck. Raids snowed through the wooden granary. Rain leaked from the roof, rotting the rice. A foul stench spread, and soon almost nothing remained. Yusuf fell to his knees, clutching his head. Why does this always happen to me? Amina placed her hand on his shoulder, her eyes steady. Because you still have not learned. Allah's law is clear. The risk we hoard brings loss. The risk we share brings barakah. Until you give with sincerity, nothing will remain. Her words pierced his heart like a dagger. The next season, Yusuf planted again, but this time, when harvest came, he acted differently. He gave sacks of wheat to widows. He sent barley to the mosque so travelers and poor could eat. He delivered bags of rice to the orphanage. For the first time, Yusuf gave without fear. He kept only what his family truly needed. And something remarkable happened. His fields yielded more the next year, not less. His goats grew stronger, his dried up well filled with fresh water, and the traders sought his crops for their purity. The shadow appeared once more, but now it glowed softly. Do you see, Yusuf? Destiny is not written in the sky, it is written in your choices. Once you planted greed, and life returned sorrow. Now you plant generosity, and life returns abundance. This is the eternal law. Yusuf bowed deeply. I understand now. My past bound me, but my present can free me. Years passed. Yusuf became known not as a thief, but as the farmer of Noorabad. Villagers spoke of his generosity, of the bread that never ran out in his home, of the kindness that spread from his field like fragrance from a rose. Sultan Jalan often said, look at Yusuf. His life proves that fate is not fixed. It bends to the weight of our deeds. His shadow once darkened his path, but by giving light, he now walks in the light. Little Ibrahim grew up watching his father's transformation. He learned early that true wealth lies not in keeping, but in sharing. And so, dear listener, Yusuf reminds us of an eternal truth. Karma is not punishment but reflection. It is not written against us, it is written through us. What we sow in secrecy, we reap in destiny. When we act with dishonesty,